we had it good, but we also had it tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, who would have thought me and you would have ended up in Dubai as women entrepreneurs?
And then, I thought this is a really good thing to bring out to Dubai.
Back in, years ago when we were pulled out of a nightclub by your brother because we shouldn't have been there. Yeah. Name one time where you wanted to really give up.
I just sat on the floor and just cried.
Yeah.
A lot of celebs have it done before events.
Hello, Hanan. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Welcome to HAYA-TALKS.
Thank you for having me.
You are the first and definitely not the last on the show. I'm sure we're going to want to hear more about who you are and where you're from. And so Hanan is from New Body. Well, you are the CEO of New Body Aesthetics, and you have been for quite a while now in the UK and in Dubai. So thank you, Hannah, for coming today. Want to hear all about it. We want to know what lymphatic means, what you do, all the questions that you've been asked in the past. We want to be able to answer them today. So why are we here today? First of all, congratulations on your publication in CEO Weekly. You were given the title of 1 in 50 influential women to watch out for in Dubai. I mean, congratulations on that. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Sounds scary, but
bit of a shock.
No, I'm sure. I'm sure she's there for your well-being, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's go back to how we know each other. Obviously, I didn't just meet you yesterday or during a lymphatic massage.
No.
We sort of grew up together as families.
Yeah.
From Moroccan origin.
Yes.
Being brought up and raised in a Moroccan bubble in the UK, and we had it good, but we also had it tough.
Yeah.
And it's the having it tough that made us who we are today.
That tough love.
And who would have thought me and you would have ended up in Dubai as women entrepreneurs? Now, we want to hear all about it. I'd love to know, your side of the story is. What happened? How did you get here? What was the plan?
I started lymphatics a few years ago. I myself went for a lymphatic, absolutely loved the way it made me feel. And then I went away and sort of researched it and was fascinated by how your body has its own filter system that rids the body of toxins, any like bacteria, any water weight. So I thought, that's something that I could do. And then I trained and I found I was pretty good at it. So I started in the UK, did really, really well. I filled my books within a few weeks.
Amazing.
And I thought, this is good.
Yeah.
And then I thought about maybe I did come to Dubai many years ago. I loved it.
You were planning to come anyway.
Many years ago, I did come to work in Dubai, but my kids were quite young and I didn't feel I had that support network. So, yes, it was always in the back of my mind to try that again. And then, I thought this is a really good thing to bring out to Dubai. So I thought, let me try it. So I tested the waters kind of, and it just took off. So I basically hit the ground running. Yeah. And within a month, I think I had to give up my UK clients because I was in such demand in Dubai. Yeah. Which was sad. But obviously in business, you have to grow and you have to see which is what's best for you. Yeah. So,
because I remember because I've been coming and going from Dubai for a while now, and I'd never heard of lymphatic drainage in Dubai. No. And it wasn't until sort of around Christmas time that it popped up on every part of social media, and it was like lymphatic drainage. I think it was like
some celebs had it done. I think a lot of celebs have it done before events to get snatched and, look good, just to fit in their dresses better.
Yeah, of course.
But the health benefits, really outweigh any sort of like aesthetic, Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, well done to you. You've done extremely well. And, you know, it's really good to see that it's sort of an element of manifestation. Yeah, because I remember back in, God, years ago when we were pulled out of a nightclub by your brother because we shouldn't have been there at the wrong time, wrong age, wrong everything. Everything was wrong about it. And now, you know, we were manifesting a dream of working in Dubai all that time.
For sure.
Never did we think we would actually fulfill that dream, you know? And I mean,
it was all about timing, I think.
Absolutely.
Timing definitely played a big factor into it.
Yeah, because I remember a few years back, like probably 10, 12 years ago that you were planning to come.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't the right time.
No, exactly.
Like anything. You can't force it because, you know, it's just not going to happen.
No, exactly.
But yeah, so, you know, going from that background and sort of manifesting that you wanted to be in Dubai and be successful and so on, to it actually becoming reality. I mean, there has to be the pros and the cons, and there has to be times where you've wanted to give up, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, as you know, you've often been on the receiving end of the phone when I've had enough and want to throw the towel in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess that comes in anything, like growing pains in any business that you start.
Absolutely.
But failure was not an option.
Yeah.
So, you know, I kept trying, you know, you'd have bad weeks, you'd have, you know, because obviously you've got children that, you know, you're raising as well. So you've got that in your mind as well. So yeah, but yeah.
That's the thing. Failure is not an option in Dubai, because if you don't give it all you've got, the only option is to go back home.
Of course. And I knew I never wanted to do that. So it was just a matter of dusting myself off and getting back up.
Because, I mean, we love Dubai.
Yeah.
You know, ultimately we love Dubai and we love everything it gives to people like us, that gives us sort of an element of empowerment, independence, business. It provides a variety of goodness for a woman. And this doesn't happen without hard work. You know, you've got to give it your all.
You've definitely got that. For me, it's the safety element. I just feel so safe here. You know, I'm never worried or anything like that, you know. Yeah. And they're very business minded, you know. Life is quite fast paced here, but they're any business idea I've come with, they're like, yeah, you could do that. Whereas in the UK, I felt like people would be like, oh, wow. Put a sort of a downer on it. Yeah, sort of a downer on it. But here I've like launched on the back of doing my lymphatic, I've launched my waist trainers, I've launched my face cups. So continual growing. So it's really, really good. Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, in sort of one or two words, we've outgrown the cities that we grew up in.
For sure.
And there was no more room for us to progress where we were.
Small mind mentality, you know, small town mentality.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dubai offers so much more. I mean, they've done extremely well with what they've provided the people. I mean, there is no place in the world that gives what it gives us.
Definitely not, no.
But going back to lymphatic drainage itself.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew nothing about lymphatic system, what it was. Yeah. I thought it was another one of those, you know, hoo-ha.
Fad, sort of,
you know, just something else that they needed to sell.
Yeah.
But when I actually looked into it, and when I even tried it with you the first time, and I thought, wow, what is this? Then I researched into it, and it just makes sense. I mean, go into a little bit more detail about that, because this is not any general massage. This is sort of a medical.
It's more of a medical mass procedure, for sure.
Yeah, so sort of give us more of a sort of detailed.
I mean, you have your lymphatic system, and it's basically your body's filter system. So we have our lymph nodes all around our bodies, you know, and depending on where you're massaging, it will activate those lymph nodes. In turn, that makes the toxins go into your bloodstream, and then you sort of wear out. So it's a certain massage technique where I will sort of massage your lymph nodes, and that will sort of empty everything out into your bloodstream. So that's how it works. And when you say it's more medical, I have post-op clients who's had any kind of surgery, because that's the body's natural reaction, is to swell. So any trauma to the body will cause it to swell. So a lymphatic will help you heal better. It will help you get rid of that extra fluid that your body doesn't need. Yeah, I also have cancer patients who are going through chemo, because that also causes the body to swell.
Yeah.
So by doing the lymphatic drainage, it will help you heal. So are you rid of the body of the toxins?
Are your lymph nodes like blocked, or?
Yeah, they can get stagnant, which is kind of blocked. Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah. So by activating them, you can rid your body.
So you think that they should be activated then? They
yes.
should, yeah. They shouldn't stay blocked, because that can cause ultimately other issues.
Yeah. And obviously, you know, other aspects, you know, healthy living, a clean diet, drinking loads of water. Yeah. So.
Because I know that feeling of water retention, especially when you fly.
When you fly, yeah.
And you come out and you can't fit your shoes back on.
No,
you know,
exactly.
It's a long flight. Yeah. And you just think, how does it go? How does it disappear? Exactly. And now I know the answer to that.
Yeah.
You know, the moment I step in, it's straight away, let's go to lymphatic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, going to the gym helps, you know, because you're moving your lymphatic system. So all these kind of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's to better yourself.
It's a lifestyle, I'd say.
Yeah.
So a lot of my clients just, you know, incorporate a lymphatic into their lifestyle.
Yeah. So you don't like, say, have one a year. That's not going to do anything.
No, that won't really. I mean, it's still beneficial, but it's not. You won't. Yeah. Long-term benefits you wouldn't see. Yeah.
It's consistency.
Yeah. It's
like anything
with
else.
Anything. Yeah. Like going to the gym. If you want to see results, you have to be consistent. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. So do you find it rewarding when you see the health benefits?
Very much so. Especially with clients that are not feeling good or, not feeling well, and they feel amazing, and they text me and say, oh my God, that's the best sleep I ever had.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I feel so light, because it's immediate effects. You know, they will go home and say, oh my God, my clothes are less tight. So yeah. It's really, really good. Yeah. So that's very rewarding.
Yeah, because you feel like you're making change
of
for somebody's well-being, and 100%. Surely that's got to be rewarding.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, no, amazing.
Yeah.
And so you started originally in the UK with your UK clients.
Yeah.
Then you found there was a niche here for it in Dubai, and you were able to fulfill your dream here.
Yes.
But that's great in itself, but you also have to come with kids.
Yes.
With baggage. You know, it's not easy to begin with, because there's all sorts of things you need to face.
Of course,
setting up business, you know, once you're set up, you're fine. But there's so many rules and regulations. Obviously, like anywhere else in the world, you have to do it right.
Yeah, so we had to learn everything from scratch. You know, the rules here, driving here.
Yeah.
Sorting out,
Gosh, driving here.
That was hard. Yeah.
Because when you arrived, did you drive straight away?
I didn't drive straight away. No, I don't. For some reason, I kept putting it off, and I think that made it worse in my head. So eventually I was just like, you know what, I've had enough of this. I'm just going to drive.
Were you mobile at that point?
I was mobile at that point, but I was using taxis, and probably it was a good idea, because I did learn all the areas.
Yeah.
And just one day I just said, you know what, I'm going to drive here, and that's it. Because it's the whole driving on the other side of the road. And like the roads are wide, and like, it's just getting used to driving in a new country. Yeah. Yeah. So I just did it. Got lost many a times. It's like
the slip roads. You miss a slip road.
If you miss a slip road, you're gone for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So you would have been late for a lot of. You would have been late for a lot of appointments.
I was. Yeah.
Yeah. But I remember the day. I remember it was like back in July last year, where you were running around with this huge like massage. Bed, not finding the door, and you were like half an hour late, and that's it. You were like, gosh, this is getting too much.
This is hard, for sure, yeah.
Name one time where you've wanted to really give up, you know.
There was a time where a taxi dropped me off at a completely wrong location. It was, you know, few blocks down from where my client was, and I ended up having to walk with this massive bed, and I was just like, exhausted. It was boiling. I was, you know, stressed. I was late. I just sat on the floor and just cried. But then somebody came up and they were like, oh, are you okay? And they offered to help me. And then, like I said, a perfect example of me just dusting myself off and just
You need to have those moments, though.
For sure.
You're going to have those moments, but you need to let it out.
Yeah.
You need to hit rock bottom in to enable yourself to reach the top.
100%. Yeah.
Because you don't know.
You appreciate the wins more when you've had some lows, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
1,000%.
No, for sure.
Yeah. And then name one of your happiest moments. You're like really super proud moments.
I would say this interview with the magazine, and also just building the clients that I've built. I've got, a good client base now, and it's spread through word of mouth. I have quite a few celeb clients.
Yeah, I've noticed you've dealt with a lot of celebrities from Dubai Bling and Real Housewives of Dubai.
Yeah.
And, that's worked really well for you.
Definitely my name's got out there, and,
Well done.
Yeah, it's been really, really good. Really, really positive. Yeah.
It's just fascinating. When I look back and I think, wow, 1 year.
Yeah.
It took you 1 year.
It's only actually been a year, yeah.
It's only been a year.
It's only been a year,
literally, I mean, I know we both had siblings here already in Dubai, and that helped us.
That helped,
to a certain extent, because we sort of got to know the area by coming and going before.
For sure, yeah.
But to actually build business here, that's another thing altogether.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing.
We were coming here for holidays.
Yeah.
We were enjoying.
And that's definitely a different thing to coming on holiday than actually living here. You have to change your mindset, because I think when I first got here, I was very much holiday mode. And then I thought, you know what? I'm living here now.
That's it, Hanan. Switch off.
Yeah, just sort of switch the mentality.
Mm.
And it's been really, really good.
Yeah. Would you change anything?
No, because I think like all the hard work has made me appreciate the highs.
Mm-hmm.
And no, I don't think I'd change anything.
Would you go back to the UK?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
I know the answer to that one.
No way. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Just the early dark evenings, and then it's just too depressing for me.
Here, it just has so much to offer. You just want to try new things every single day. There is always some room.
There's always something to do. There's
to
always
improve yourself.
And they really, really focus on children. There's so much to do for children out here.
Yes.
So
safety for children as well.
Safety, lots of activities.
Yeah.
They can never get bored.
No, you can't. You can't. Weekends, weeks. Any time of day there is something to do.
Yeah, for sure.
And sometimes you actually look forward to sitting at home and watching some TV.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it just suits my lifestyle better. Like I was always a person who preferred to shop later, and like the fact that the malls are open so late, that just suits me as a person.
Yeah, God, because that's a culture shock when you go back to the UK.
Shops close at 6.
And
you're like, hold on.
What do I do? 5 o'clock on a Sunday? I was planning on getting a birthday gift at 4:55.
No chance.
It's not
I think
possible.
it suits us as people.
Lifestyle.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure.
So, because you were always raised, I mean, in that article you talk about how you were raised by parents that were in the business.
My parents have always had
having their own
businesses. Yeah,
and you always saw that. I remember even we'd stay up waiting for them to come home because it was your mother worked so hard. Your father worked extremely hard. Both of them, and watching that at some point it is embedded in you.
100%. I've always known I did not want to work for someone. I don't, and also I don't do very well in a 9 to 5.
God help that manager.
No, exactly. No, I like working when I want to work. I mean, I was approached by a hospital here that had heard about me and wanted me to come and do lymphatics for all their post-op patients. And I just thought the whole 9 to 5, no, that's not going to work for me.
Too restrictive.
Yeah, although it comes with its perks. But it's not for me.
Yeah. But now you've found what makes you happy.
Yeah, definitely makes me happy.
Like
I enjoy it.
Being a woman, independent woman, trying to raise children in the UAE and being responsible and providing for them and putting a roof over their head. It's not easy.
No, not at all.
And there are loads of obstacles that we've both faced throughout our time here.
Yeah.
But the key is to overcome them.
Yeah, for sure.
And I definitely believe there is a solution to every problem.
Yeah.
You just got to get through it.
Yeah.
And you have.
Yeah.
You've done extremely well in doing that. And I definitely believe there's a lot of women out there. I mean, I've met many in Dubai who have been on that same bus as we have.
Yeah.
And, when somebody turns around and says to you, oh, it's fine, you'll figure it out, it'll be fine. You're like, it's really not fine.
No, exactly.
At that time.
I think that was the good thing about us being friends and stuff, that we would bounce off each other. When you would feel low, I would say, no, you're going to do it. And it was vice versa.
Lots
and
of
also
tears.
I did meet some good, nice, solid friends here as well that I could rely on.
Yeah.
And I think you do need that, like, because I think when you are out of your home country, your friends do become your family. So you do need that kind of support.
Yeah.
So
you do.
Been really good.
And that's what I notice here as well. Everyone is really positive
and helpful
and happier, and they want you to grow and succeed. And everyone's willing to share business. Yeah. And that's what makes us grow.
Definitely.
If the whole world was like that, we'd all be successful.
Yeah, for sure.
But
and women should help women.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Because there's no
other.
Point in you growing alone.
Of course not.
What are you going to do? Be rich, lonely?
Exactly.
You're never going to be happy. I'd rather be rich with all the people around me being rich so we can share it together.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree.
But, that's what we've done. Yeah. And we've shared those lows together. And it has been a battle. It's been absolutely tough.
For sure.
There is not one day that comes without surprises.
No.
You open that phone... and especially when you have an unhappy client. I mean, give us...
I've been very lucky.
An example of that.
I've had one incident, I can say, where there was an issue with her traveling to me. Not an issue with my work as such, but an issue with her traveling to me. And she didn't want to travel. She lived quite far.
Yeah.
And was complaining about that. But that was probably just one issue.
That was probably at the beginning, right, though? There's always going to be teething problems at the beginning. Yeah. But the work that you provide...
I've never had a complaint about my work, It's always been really, really good.
About your technique?
Yeah. Not at all. I've really worked hard on my technique and, I customise it to each client because everyone has their problem areas and where they carry water weight and where they, But you've definitely got something special about you because I've tried other lymphatic massages, tried a few in the UK, and it goes from sort of feels like your skin's bubbling to like you're about to die here, you know? And I thought surely it shouldn't be painful. No, it should never be. If it's painful, then it's not a lymphatic drainage. That's what I would tell anyone. Yeah, it should never be painful. I mean, there's been times when it can be slightly uncomfortable if the client has, maybe some gut issues, gas, things like this. But it should never be painful. Yeah,
because I didn't know that. And this one massage I had, lymphatic massage, it was really painful.
Yeah, no.
And I thought, this doesn't feel right.
No.
But I thought maybe just everyone's got their own technique.
No.
But the more I tried, the more I realised
that could lead to other issues if you're being, you're in pain.
But I actually see a difference when you do it. And I'm not being biased about that. I actually see the difference. I've tried so many, trust me.
Lots of clients have said to me they've gone to other people and said it's been painful and, oh my God, this is amazing. Yeah, no, I have had other clients say that to me. And I always tell them that it should never be painful. Yeah.
And you're confident in what you do.
100%.
Because you're passionate about it.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
And, you know you're not going to get it wrong because when you put your heart and soul into it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. You can feel it from that person. Whereas working for another company or something, you're not so, this is your baby. New body aesthetics is your baby. You know, you're not going to do anything to jeopardize it.
If something wasn't,
right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what more do we need to know about lymphatic drainage? If I was, let's go to, I don't know anything about lymphatic drainage and I'm coming to you, it's my first time, what do I need to know?
I mean, I would ask you what your lifestyle was like, what your diet's like, where do you think you feel water retention or bloated, where do you feel it? And I would like...
Can you just focus on one area?
I mean, I generally tend to do the whole body. I feel like you should, unblock the whole body.
Because I've seen some that just focus on
certain areas. I like to unblock the whole lymphatic system.
Yeah.
But I can do extra on certain areas you feel that you need it. But so
Well done. Well done. It's been a really tough journey.
Yeah.
I mean, looking back from this time last year to now, I mean, what advice would you tell anyone that was about to come over and start their own journey or start their own
I would say
business.
Just absolutely go for it. You know, don't
overthink it.
Don't overthink it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Which is, what I did.
Yeah, just get up, pack up.
Yeah, just be a bit of a risk taker.
Yeah.
Obviously do your research, but yeah.
I think mentally, the way I dealt with it was I'm going there for a holiday, right? Going there for a holiday. Don't think long term, think short term. Think about today, tomorrow, and the day after. And let's just do it in small doses.
Yeah.
And then once I started to get comfortable, I found that I can do this long. Let me stretch it by a week.
Yes.
Then 2 weeks and 3, and then sort of got myself settled.
Yeah.
Is that what you've done?
For me, I was just full steam ahead. I was like, I'm going.
Literally went
I have
in the deep
had
end.
enough of the UK. I'm going.
Yeah.
And that's what I said. There's no option. Like I said to you earlier on, there's no option for failure. And I was determined it was going to work. And I just have to rip the Band-Aid off and just do it. Find something you're passionate about and that you really enjoy.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do. And just go
make
for
sure you're
it.
compliant as well.
So it doesn't feel
want
like work. It feels like, you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So long as you've got, all the correct certificates and,
of course.
you've done all the correct training, then there's nothing else that can hold you back here.
No, definitely not.
You don't want to be one of those that are trying to bluff it through. There's no point because you'll get found out in the end.
Yeah.
But, so long as you've got a strong foundation of, you did it already in the UK. You were already practicing in the UK. I trained in the UK, I was practicing in the UK. Yeah. So you were ready to go.
Yeah.
And that's ultimately, I mean, do you do you train people?
I've been asked by so many people to train them, my technique, but I just, I haven't had time to actually do the training qualification, to be honest with you. I've been asked by, loads of people. But it's something I'm definitely going to look into. Yeah. And do.
Because I think it would be really useful to have someone to sort of get your technique on board because it's needed and it needs to be done properly because if you do get it wrong, I'm sure that can develop something else in the body. Yeah. I mean, I'm no practitioner, I'm no expert, but I just feel that it needs to be, if you're dealing with lymph nodes, you need to get it right.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Especially when it's a cancer patient.
Oh God, yeah. And they would have to ask their doctor if they can have it first before they do. Yeah. Go ahead with it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you would like to believe that everyone sort of did their research before they tried something anyway, like anything. I mean, there's so many news articles and publications about, fillers going wrong and, all sorts going wrong, and then the consequences that people have to face after. Yeah, I think it's absolutely vital that you
do your research. Do your research. I mean, we live in a place that is quite visual, and everyone's getting something done.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to look good.
Quick fix.
You want to look good in Dubai. Everyone looks good. So I think there's there's that side of, always wanting to try a new treatment.
Staying healthy. Yeah. And especially when you've got the sun shining all the time, you want to be healthy. You want to try. And because it's at your doorstep, you can call someone, within 5 minutes and say, can I have a massage last minute? It's just so convenient.
I couldn't imagine going back to the UK and having to fill my own car up with petrol now that I'm used to it.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And also, if you want to book a massage in the UK, you've got to wait 2 weeks. Sorry, we're booked for a full month.
Yeah.
Can you come in another week?
With a doctor's appointment, with anything.
Yeah, with anything. Yeah. There's a delay. There's, there's queues for everything. Mm-hmm. Whereas here, it's so flexible.
Yeah.
And if one can't do it, the other will.
Yeah.
And we're very, very blessed.
Very blessed.
To be
very
here. And we're so thankful to... the ruler of Dubai for allowing us to have these opportunities because it's because of him that we're here. And it's the only place in the world that actually provides this type of multiculturalness, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
There's people from all over the world. I mean, I'm sure your clients have been from all sorts of backgrounds.
Yeah, from locals to actually, people from Russia all over the world. Everywhere. Yeah.
So,
it's really, really good.
It's definitely something that we sort of take pride in ourselves and give ourselves a round of applause for being able to get to where we are today.
Yes.
And, there's still room for growth.
Oh, for sure.
You
Yeah,
know,
definitely.
the next year is
Yeah.
this time next year, who knows where we are, you know? We plan on more growth and
Definitely, yeah.
more success and to help others
For
and
sure.
hopefully grow together. I mean, that's the main thing.
Definitely.
But I mean, the best advice is to just take care of yourself, I guess.
Yeah.
Whilst you're on that journey.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's tough.
Yeah.
It really is tough.
Yes. Self-care is very important. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I want to, I want to thank you again for coming today, because this was about how you can literally go from nothing to something professionally.
Yeah.
And, start setting up in a new country is not easy.
Yes. No.
It's not easy anywhere in the world.
Especially as it's relatively a new business as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like I said, find something you're passionate about and just go for it.
Yeah. And I think once you need to make the decision.
Yes.
Once you've made the decision, then the rest happens.
Yeah.
You can't just sit there and think, no. Do I, don't I?
You've got to put the work in. There's no ifs or buts about that.
Yeah.
But if you are willing to do that, then you will reap the benefits for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're yet to look forward to what's going to come.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you'll be back on Haya-Talks.
Thank you.
For some more inside information on new body aesthetics.
Thank you so much.
Or if not, we go back into talking about our childhood.
Yeah.
And the days
lots to tell there.
doing dodgy dancing on the dance floor and so on.
Yeah, for sure.
But ultimately, this has been a great first show.
Thank you.
And many more to come. But thank you once again for coming today.
My pleasure.
And
thank you for having
hopefully
me.
we'll speak soon.
Thank you.
And that's it, really.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.